Okay. Hello, McD the Beast here, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with the recap of the Maryland Terps 20-17 victory over the Illinois Fighting in that Illini. Uh, what a mud pit, dog crap of a game. I mean, I'm probably going to say more negative things about Maryland. Um, Probably because, ladies and gentlemen, that was not a good performance from the Maryland Terps at the end of the day. Way too inconsistent. Now, granted, they did catch they did go ahead and caught a few unlucky breaks, in my opinion. I thought that overall it was just a very sloppy game. I thought offensively from Dan Enos. I'm going to criticize Dan Enos a lot in this one. I thought the play calling was very inconsistent, and a lot of Miami fans, I believe 2019 had the same issue, Dan Enos, and that's why he was out there after a year. This was not a good play calling night for Dan Enos, in my opinion. Dan Enos has to be better at play calling if they want to succeed. Um, you look at defensively, I was actually happy with Maryland's defense tonight. I thought our defense played well. Illinois, they have a quarterback, Brandon Peters, that could definitely sling that ball around. He only went 10 for 26 with an interception for 185. They give up 150 yards rushing, but towards the end of the game, I thought Maryland made a lot of adjustments, and Illinois was basically getting nothing from running the ball, especially there in the fourth quarter. Maryland, they had several bad mishaps. Um, we'll start off with the fumble from Fleet Davis. That was just unfortunate. They put the helmet on the ball, basically, kind of lost balance. The ball was his arm opened up. That was just kind of unfortunate there at the Illinois 10-yard line. The other one for Penny Boone. Yikes! You got the ball. I mean, they just took the ball out of your hand. Basically, that's basically what happened there. So, um, that the first one just unfortunate. The other one, uh, man, I mean that cannot happen. You go ahead. You have I mean McCray recovering that ball after Maryland's defense punched the ball out from the ride out to go in for the touchdown. Uh, that's or was it Casey Washington? I believe it might have been Casey Washington. I'm trying to see here who it was. I believe, yeah, Casey Washington. Never mind. Casey Washington picking up that ball and scoring the touchdown there. That was just unfortunate as well. So Maryland caught a few unlucky breaks. We missed a 32-yard field goal, but our kicker Patino went ahead and basically redeemed himself with the game winner, I guess you would call it, the game winning kick there to win it 2017. And it was a great comeback, down 17-10. I mean, it was a pretty good comeback. I mean, give Locksley credit. I think Locksley, and at least at the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball, they made the adjustments at the end to win this game. So give Locksley credit. But I mean, this was not. I mean, the first 3.5 quarters, outside of that first drive in the second half, were pretty pitiful from the Maryland Terps. So, and I agree that Tola is the one, and he definitely went ahead and did an excellent job um down the stretch. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think Maryland faced a lot of adversity from just playing bad football for at least for the first 3.5 quarters outside one drive. I mean, and there were some bad calls in this game. I didn't like the targeting call at all. He's trying to make a play on the ball as the quarterback's releasing it. It just was unfortunate that he went ahead and made contact with his helmet there on Gator. I didn't like the when we picked off the ball. Great interception by Nick Cross. I did not like the blocking the back call. I mean, that's just a momentum play. That was bang bang. Once he caught the ball, immediately just smacked him in the back due to momentum. I didn't like that call at all. Some people didn't like the chop block. I was seeing. I thought that was an okay call. I thought that was a chop block. On a play, another unfortunate play, throw it for a touchdown, gets called back. A beautiful throw by Tagovailoa. So at the end of the day, I'm happy we got the win. We're 3-0 for the first time since 2016. This team, I think, is well on their way to going bowling. I mean, these are the type of games that you gotta win if it's like a game like this. This is I mean, tonight what you saw was the difference between a team that will go bowling and a team that's not going to go bowling. Unfortunately, if you're Illinois, I'll speak about Illinois a little bit here. At the end of the day, the talent on Maryland was just too much. That's what it came down to. Um, I mean, you got backed up several times. Maryland's defense lights out in the final 6 minutes of the game, as far as I'm concerned. And then you just had too many things not go your way. Your defense couldn't stop Maryland in the fourth quarter. Uh, if that was happening like in the third quarter, I think Maryland would have ran you guys out the building in the third and fourth quarter. I really do. So overall, just you just don't have the talent yet. I know you guys have a bunch of super seniors. I still think Illinois could at least get to 4 or 5 wins, but I don't know if that. I don't think Illinois is making a bowl game personally. They had a win tonight. These were one of the games you had to win if you want to get to a bowl game, in my opinion, if you're Illinois. But Maryland are 3-0. They get Kent State next week. Hopefully, they could beat Kent State. They have a pretty good quarterback there at Kent State, so I do think that game will be a bit closer than what a lot of people think. And then you got Iowa. If you go 4-0 going into the Iowa game on it's a Friday night game as well, but it's in the show. If Iowa's undefeated, top 5 team, yikes! I mean that's gonna be a huge game for Maryland. They're gonna be on a national stage Friday night. Um, and go ahead and get the victory there. Should be at the Kent State game. Hopefully we win. Yeah, I hope we win too. They do have a pretty good quarterback there at Kent State, so I do think he'll catch this defense napping once or twice. But if the Kent State defense, Maryland should at least hang like 35 on that Kent State defense, in my opinion. Let me go ahead and look at Kent State's. I'm just gonna look at the box scores, Kent State, because I don't have I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really watched a Kent State game. They did go ahead and lose to Texas A&M 41-10. They actually play Iowa this upcoming week, so um they're probably gonna lose to them. But I do think that Kent State will get a play or two on Maryland's defense, but at the end of the day, I do think that Maryland will prevail and win that game go 4-0. That was a weird game. The football team versus the Giants. That was one of the great. There was some all 3 games I watched so far this Thursday and Friday have been crazy. We'll start off with the Thursday night game, 30-29. The Giants should have won that game. The football team got lucky. The football team just got lucky. They got lucky. The football team. I think the Giants had. They left 2 touchdowns on the board, and then they left 2 field goals on the board as well. They left 20 points on the board. The Giants, in my opinion, in that game. So, yeah, the football team has a lot the football team has a lot to work on, in my opinion. But hey, 1-0 in the NFC East, 1-1, you get a win. I think the football team, I believe in Ron Rivera. I thought that was an excellent hire, and they got him. So I believe in the football team. I think they'll fix it. I think they'll get it done. I still think the Cowboys are the team beating that division, though. But I think the football team will get it done. Heineke looked good. But defensively, they have a few things to work on, I think. And then the other game, the UCF Louisville game. Louisville throws an interception on a batted ball, first play out, and this all happened in the final 30 seconds. Louisville throws an interception. It's first and 10 at like Louisville's 40 for UCF. Uh, hits the wide receiver right in stride. Gabriel does, bounces right out of his hands, and then goes right into the defender's hands, and he runs it back for a pick six. So that was a wild game as well. That UCF Louisville game, the ending of that was definitely wild. Uh, UCF lost that game. I think Louisville won. I think the score was 42-35, if I'm not mistaken. Liberty should dominate Old Dominion. I mean, they should dominate Old Dominion, in my opinion. I do agree with that. Hopefully they do. We didn't pick. I did not pick that game. I let my picks out a lot later than I usually do because I was trying to see the way I was thinking was the NFL videos aren't getting enough views. So I was like, I'll put that out first. Maybe I'll get some more views and put the college football video out second. But it didn't really help him. The NFL video might have gotten an extra 5 views of that. The but the NFL matchup Liberty's gonna at least be around 9-10 wins probably. Looking at Maryland now, I'm thinking we're going 4-0 going into the Iowa game as well. I do think, especially with that game in the show. If they could find a way to beat Iowa, and personally, I don't think they're going to beat Iowa. That's kind of my opinion. I don't think we're beating Iowa, but if we could find a way to beat Iowa, Maryland could get to 8-9 wins. I think easily at that point because they'll be 5. They'll be 5-0, and all they need to do at the minimum is go, uh, what 3-4. So I mean, you have Ohio State on the schedule. You get Penn State at home. I believe you get Michigan at home as well. So, and you get and you still have Rutgers and Michigan State on the schedule. I do think Michigan State's better than what I thought they're going to be, but I still think once they hit Big Ten play, it's going to be they're not going to do that well. Rutgers, I think people are overrating them a little bit right now. And then that Indiana game, I still think we're being Indiana at home. I said that during the preseason. I think we're being Indiana at home, and I absolutely buy into that. Way too many people are higher Indiana. They're going to suffer their second loss to Cincinnati, in my opinion, this upcoming Saturday, and we'll see. But and I still think Indiana's going to they're going to win some games. I mean, there'll be several teams in the Big Ten East. I still think Ohio State. The game, first of all, the game's out there in Columbus. Second of all, I still think Ohio State's being Maryland by 3-4 touchdowns. Maybe 17 points if offensively. Maybe Maryland could get a stop or two. But I mean, if I have a score in it right now, I'll say something to the tune of probably 52-30 Ohio State. So just I don't see Maryland going in there and being Ohio State. Now, if they do, I'll be the first one to want here celebrate. I guarantee you that. If they can find a way to go in the room and beat Ohio State, I will be absolutely fired up. But I'm worried about Kent State. The way they look tonight, I think Kent State would have beat them honestly. Um, so and I expected justice to be made. I believe in Coach Locksley, unlike a lot of other people. A lot of people don't believe in Coach Locksley because they look at what happened in New Mexico. Um, I mean he matured. I mean Coach Locksley he matured. He grew up. I think a little bit. I think he wasn't ready for a head coaching job, obviously there, but he obviously is now. There was improvement from year 1 to year 2. So far, there's improvement in year 2, year 3. Last year's Maryland team would have lost to Illinois. They would have found a way. Lost to Illinois. The first year team under Locksley, they would have lost to Illinois by 2 possessions. The way they played. So overall, I'm just very happy with the progress here that I'm seeing at University of Maryland. I am very thrilled to see this team have a shot to go 4-0, going into a probably a top 25 game. I mean, if they're 4-0, with 2 Power 5 wins, and they could at least beat Kent State by 2-3 touchdowns, you gotta think they're going to at least being considered for top 25. They're probably going to be ranked 24th, 25, or 25th. But if that home game against Iowa, the show is going to be packed. Now, I'll be honest with you. For some reason, the area I live in, there is a few Iowa fans. I mean, in the area I live in, I don't understand how, but there are a few Iowa fans. So it's not like they're not existent in this area. They're definitely existent in the area I live in. But I do think that Maryland will end up losing that game to Iowa. I wish there were two for the purposes of this channel, because you would be all over this channel saying how Liberty's going to beat Maryland. I'll be saying Maryland's going to beat Liberty. It'll be fun and everything. But Liberty is I mean, I think they get Ole Miss later in the season, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe one other Power 5. I know they get Ole Miss. That's going to be a fun game. That Hugh Freeze going back to Ole Miss. I think he's going to get booed. That would be my opinion. I think he gets booed. But I mean, he did. I mean, even with the cheating and everything, he did have that team. I think he did beat Alabama twice. Ole Miss, Syracuse. We also played Louisiana Army. Louisiana blew out Ohio 49-14. They looked like they're back on their winning tracks. Ohio, they took a step back. Ohio, by the way, Syracuse did whatever they wanted against them. They didn't look that good against the FCS opponent. They got the win, but Ohio doesn't look that good. But yeah, Louisiana, at worst they'll probably have like 2 losses on the schedule. Army, I haven't really made my. I mean, I don't think I've really watched Army much this year. Trying just to get their resume up here. I do think Liberty would be Syracuse. I do believe that, but Army's 2-0. Where they play Georgia State and Western Kentucky. They went on the road and did whatever they wanted against Georgia State, but they went ahead and beat Western Kentucky at home by a field goal. Well, here's the problem. What should the American add? If I'm the Big 12, why not stop at the teams you added? I will go after Boise State. I will go after Memphis. I will make a play at South Florida and East Carolina. I will go after all 4 of those if I'm the Big 12. Why not? I mean, basically at that point you're stretched. And I mean, maybe even like a San Diego State or Hawaii or a Colorado State. I would not stop. I would not stop where I'm at if I'm the Big 12. I would definitely, at the minimum, go after Boise State and Memphis. At the minimum. Now, East Carolina was good at football before they joined the American. I mean, and it is a fan base. I mean, I always tend to see an East Carolina sticker around every so often around here, and I'm like 7 hours away from the college, so I do think East Carolina. I do think there's some value there. I would definitely consider Liberty. Some people are saying Army or Navy or Air Force. I'll consider them if I'm the American. Even as the Big 12, I'll consider them as well. But if I'm the Big 12, if I was the Big 12 commissioner, I'm not stopping at where I'm at. I'm at least making the phone call Boise State and Memphis at minimum, because you get Boise State. To me, Boise State's a national brand. Everybody knows who they are. And Memphis, you're in the state of Tennessee. You're in SEC country at that point. So I would definitely go ahead and at least make the phone call of those two. But if the Americans should add all 4 of those teams that you said right there, I will also look at maybe a Buffalo as well. Maybe a team even though you could just look at Army, I would look at Army. Southern Miss is another one I would look at. So maybe even go out and pick off the Mountain West, get Colorado State, so and Air Force. So I would definitely, if I'm the American, I would look all over the place. But UAB, that's another one that's getting tossed around as well. But I would definitely look at Appalachian State, Marshall, Liberty, Army at the minimum. I will look at Southern Miss, UAB as well. I would definitely tap the Colorado teams. I mean, if you're the American, maybe if you really want to be bold, if you are the American, if you really want to be bold, go after JMU, go after North Dakota State, South Dakota State, if you really want to be bold. And if I'm the American, I will at least consider that. Yeah, yeah. People don't know that Coastal Carolina and Liberty are rivals from back in FCS days. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion on the whole conference realignment. If I'm the Big 12, I'm going after Boise State and Memphis at a minimum. If I'm the American, I'm going after Army. I'm going after Appalachian State, Marshall, Liberty, Southern Miss. I'm making a play at UAB. I'm tapping the markets in Colorado, and I will even consider JMU or North Dakota State, South Dakota State. And that I do think. And I don't know if it will. Colorado State isn't very good. Colorado State though, they always seem to be one of those like group of five programs. So like at group of five level, they are a name brand on the group of five level. Like I agree right now they're not very good, but if you look over time, that they are one of the better group of five schools. It's just like East Carolina, they are one of the better group of five schools. But I would even consider if I'm the American, even going into the ACC, seeing some of these ACC. I don't think you'll get any, but see if maybe, or even maybe like a Rutgers wants to join. I mean, I don't think you will get them, but I mean, it's worth the shot. But if I'm the American, I'm swinging for the fences. If I'm the Big 12, I'm definitely going after Memphis, Boise State at minimum. And I'll even look at maybe a South Florida. So I don't think any team that's at the FBS at this point wants to go to FCS. I know Idaho did a few years ago. I think that was a mistake, but I don't think you're gonna see that voluntarily. But it's an interesting conversation. I'm gonna be live a few times tomorrow after the 12 o'clock games, getting y'all ready for Alabama, Florida. After Alabama, Florida, getting you ready for Auburn, Penn State. After that game, so we're gonna talk about a lot there. Oh, Sunbelt, yeah, that could definitely happen. That I could definitely see that. Especially with the marketing of the HBCUs, I could see a few HBCUs jumping up to FBS, but to those conferences. I don't think that. I think UConn might. I think I could see UConn moving down FCS. I don't think New Mexico State and UMass want to though. I mean, I don't think you should move down FCS unless you're forced to. But there was no way I don't think a team should do it voluntarily. But I'm gonna wrap up the stream actually because I'm very tired. I'm gonna call into Mark Rogers real quick to brag about the Terps. But basically, yeah, the conclusion of the video: Terps win 2017 last second field goal, sloppy game, but hey, we got the win. Big Ten win on the road, 1-0 in the Big Ten, so that's huge. So good win there. So very happy to see the Terps do well there. But thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up, please subscribe. McD the Beast signing off. Go Terps, 3-0.